quickly look at what the market is currently doing. If you look at the NGS oil share index, you will realize that we had a little bit of dip after facing a little bit of resistance around this area, which we expected. We are expecting a hold in this area. That is, we are expecting this area to be reclaimed because there are a lot of money that should come into the market next week. But for this week, I think why we're experiencing this is because a lot of investors are actually taking profit because they took advantage of this dip when the market got to this part, and that is why they actually realize their profit. So look for other stocks that are yet to actually move to their pre CGT tax level. So, guys, these are some things we are going to be looking at, and we're also going to be looking at different indices in the market so that we can know which of the area to take our money to and which of the sector to actually watch closely. Without wasting time, my name still remains Investor Joseph, and you are welcome to the Financial Edge, where we learn how to gain financial freedom via trade and investment. Let's quickly jump to the NGS banking. As you all know, the NGS banking has been receiving some heat, and that is because a lot of companies are actually bringing up negative earnings, most especially their part, which is profit after tax. And if you look at the chart right here, you will see that the CGT correction actually pushed the market to this region. And after this region, we witnessed a little bit of recovery to this part and why we are here. So if we want to go deep to look at the market broadly, if we look at the weekly chart to see what the market has done so far in the week, you will see that overall we are still in a upward trend. So you see we got this 2024 January a deep a uptrend, which is impulsive. Then we have a corrective one here, which came down on the 19th of February. And we also have another push and it came down here. Then we have another rally and this came down here. Then we have another rally and now we are here. So we are expecting a support around this area so that we can get a rally as we make progress. So let's go to daily chart so that the next one will actually bring out the daily chart. So let's move to NGS insurance, which is one sector that a lot of investors actually put in their money when we had the NGS bull. And currently, I think that sector is another sector to pay attention. As you can see, is gradually gaining momentum here, and we are getting a recovery around this area. Remember, okay, it's not here. I wanted to say this is a change of character because I did a video on my stock Fortunado. So I wanted to bring up these so that my students who are listening to me we actually understand what I'm saying. But not to confuse you, that we have a welcome back around here. So we expect this continuation to go in because either you like it or not, anytime you are doing tax, the insurance sector is going to see some good money flowing into the sector. And if we go to the weekly chart, we'll currently see that at this point, we are having a stronger red candle here. So that green candle did not surface here because we are looking at the longer time now. That we're looking at a longer time frame, which is the weekly time frame. So now you are not seeing anything. What you are seeing now is a continued downward trend. But if you go to the daily, that is when you will see that the market is actually recovering. And I think this recovery is going to be strong. And if you have any of this insurance stock, it is time to pay attention. It gives you two opportunity. One opportunity to go in, two opportunity to go out if you stay long in the game and if you are not getting what you want. Now let's quickly move to the next one. The next one is NGS consumer. Let's look at NGS consumer. Yes, this is it, NGS consumer. So if you look at NGS consumer, you see that we've actually had this rally. Then this to let you know that I follow up these things every day, so I can actually predict every move. You know where a man's money is, that's where it's hard to be. So if you have money in the exchange, you need to know what you are doing. And just in case you cannot follow up these things that I do, nothing stops you from subscribing and nothing stops you from watching my videos so that you get insight and you get what is going on in the market. So looking at the consumer goods and the daily chart, we see that a recovery is on the way. While yesterday we were experiencing a dip here, which did not reflect in this area. So that's to tell you that the consumer goods is gradually gaining some slight momentum. Let's quickly jump to the NGS oil and gas. and let's see what the NGS oil and gas is presenting. So the NGS oil and gas is actually at this support area here, which was previously resistant in December 2024 and also in January 2025. It served as resistant and served as another resistant in January also, 30th to be precise, 2025. And we have a slight resistance here in February also before we had a downward movement and we launched into a sideways movement, which is a ranging market for a while. And after a ranging market downward, what do you expect? You expect a breakout, which is what we've seen in this area. And it got to this part on October 2025. It faced some resistance before pulling back a bit, and now it actually broke through on the 21st of October 2025. And this actually sent the market to this region. That was when Arade got to 800 and something. And you see a gradual decline came to this part. And because this part has served as resistance, it turned to support. And now the support is very, very strong. And we're expecting any upward trend from this because Arade is going to be paying dividends, and also Etana is not paying dividends though, but is another area, is another stock to watch in this sector. And corn oil also is another one to watch. So we are likely to get a bounce from this, and I expect a bounce from this so that we can resume the upward trend. So which other sector are we going to look? We are going to look at the NGS industrial. So the NGS industrial is very, very key for us to know where to take our money to. So looking at the NGS industrial, we've actually had some sharp movement around this area. This area was once a resistant area, which also served as resistant in this area also before pulling back. And now we are having a breakout. And after the breakout, we expected a retest, but sadly, there is no much volume for this area to hold on. So what we had was a what? Was a break of resistance here, sorry, break of support here, and the support broke down and we got to this part. So another area that can serve as another support is this area also. And if anything, if this area could not actually hold again, guess where the NGS insurance will be coming to? It will be coming down here. Yes, you are right, it will be coming down here. But because of the amount of money that is in the market, we don't expect that to actually happen. What I expect is to see some recovery around this area here. So I expected this area to hold because there's a lot of money in the market, and then we are gradually going into the Santa Claus rally, which will start either next month or next 2 months. So we had Santa Claus rally always in December and in January. So while we're looking at the market, let's see another area to look out for. So we've looked at NGS insurance, we've looked at NGS oil and gas, we've looked at NGS consumer goods, we're looking at all these areas. So let's see anyone that we might want to look at. We look at consumer goods. Which one are we going to look at? Equity based commodity. I don't want to look at that. African bank value, sovereign bond. I don't want to Lotus Islamic index. Yes, I think one of these has been going up lately. Let me see if it is the one. No, this is not it. There's one Lotus that has been shooting up lately. So let's look at NGS 30. So NGS 30 give you the performance of 30 most industrialized stocks in the market. So I guess have we done NGS banking? Let me see. Okay, we've done NGS banking. So let's do NGS 30. These are 30, just as we have S&P 500, so we have S&P 30. So if you look at the S&P 30, it's gradually mimicking the all share index, which is a normal thing. So you can see now this area is having as a support. It's natural, price has memory. So that is why we always witness this anytime they come to this area. Let's quickly jump to the NGS 50 also. This one also look at the top 50 stocks in the market. So the top 50 stocks in the market is actually printing green. And if we go to the long time frame, the longer time frame, see what is going on. Okay, you can see this is also doing some good upward trend. So the NGS 50 is actually doing a bullish run right now. And as you can see, the market is currently strong. So I just want to throw more light on this as a result of all this. And also let's look at we have some transactions. Yes, I just want us to look at VFD because I know a lot of us actually had took advantage of the VFD right issue. So let's quickly look at what is going on there. So this is a buy signal, which is a good one, and it's coming from Muraina Shakiru Adebare. So that's a good one. He's an employee. So for an employee to take this transaction, I'm sure maybe he had some information. So China here also is also buying also. Wow, this is massive. He bought 3 million shares at 10 naira 50 kobo. So why are these guys not, well, maybe they're not qualified for the right issue, but I think this buy are actually a good one. And they are also a nice one to hold. Of course, you're going to hold for some time. So let's look at UCAP also. UCAP had some transaction. Let's look at UCAP and let's see what UCAP is doing. So in case you are still watching, don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get notified when I post enriching videos like this. So let's quickly look at the insider transaction before we call it a day, so that you have one information that you can act on, while the rest you just put them on your watch list or your wait list, so that anytime we see any resumption, and while you take note of the one that are going up and look at the sector, you are going to take position. So we have and says this is actually a sale of 1 million units. 1 million units, they must have made money, but let's say they bought around 13 or 14, so 15, 16, 17, 18. Sorry, 16, that's 3 million. So they've made like 2 million. Maybe the transaction cost them 17 million. When you have volume at times, the numbers make sense. You get the point. So we also have these from Fasuyi at Detola, and this transaction was actually a sale also, but this is 37,190 unit at 18 naira 45. Actually did this transaction at a good price. Actually, the price makes sense. So let's look at another news. Let's look at another news also. This is the resignation of the material disclosure by Dangote Sugar Refinery announced the resignation of the group managing director and appointment of successor. So this is just an exchange of position. So guys, these are just a quick update I just want to share with us, so that we can actually know what we are doing in the market and the overall performance, what to expect and what to look out for in the market. So you see the bounce we are expecting. So we're expecting the market to close green today, because if you look at top gainers and top losers, you realize that those that actually gained the previous day are actually witnessing a loss now. And those that are losing now may also record another gain in the next trading day, which will be tomorrow. So we're just looking at the market now to see how it performs. So we'll continue to keep track. And if you can take a screenshot of this, my chart, and also watch out to it and see how we are going to make progress around this area. Because if this area fail, we'll be coming to this next region, which is the white region. And if this one could not hold, we expect the yellow to hold. And if this yellow did not hold, guys, we've slide to this area, which will be a bear market, because a bear market is a gradual decline from the peak, which is from here, and it must be below, it must be above 20%. So let me even make it so that we can see the possibility if it happens. Well, it's not going to happen. So that's when you say the market is bearish, or that's when we say there is a crash. So when it comes to this place, and you and I know it will be difficult for the market to get to that point. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get notified when I post enriching videos like this. Until I come your way again, keep making money and keep protecting your profit. I love you, all my friends, and there is nothing you can do about it. Hands to earth salute. See you in the next one.